Hello and welcome to our 7th video in this series of the DNA problem. This video is entitled, Does the Environment Change DNA? Does the environment change DNA? Does the environment change, when we say change DNA, what we mean is, does the environment change the nucleotides in the DNA? The simple answer is yes. The environment changes the nucleotides in DNA, but it is very important to understand how the environment changes DNA and how it does not change DNA. We had spoken about mutations or changes in the nucleotides of DNA as being mutations, and there's two types, which were spontaneous and induced mutations. When we talked about induced mutations, we explained that induced mutations are caused by environmental mutagens. So the environment does cause DNA mutations, but these agents are called environmental mutations because they are in the environment. Sunlight, cigarette smoke, and radiation are all known to cause changes to our DNA. Diverse types of radiation and chemicals can cause changes to the nucleotides in DNA. And we have a picture that we had showed earlier of radiation that may be coming even from the sun or something and breaks some nucleotides in a DNA chain. These agents do not transmit or bring any information in regards to the environment to the DNA. I used several adjectives to explain how these environmental mutagens change DNA. The adjectives I used and were explained, and I believe in the second video of this series, is random, unrelated, irrelevant, accidental, incidental, fortuitous, possibly. And you could go back and look at that video for a longer explanation of why those adjectives. The changes caused by environmental mutagens are independent of the information in DNA. The changes caused by environmental mutagens are independent of the structure of the organism, or what would be called the phenotype of the organism. The changes caused by environmental mutagens are unrelated to all other conditions in the environment. So these mutational agents come from the environment, but they do not change DNA such that the phenotype is more fit for conditions in the environment. We have this diagram here that should summarize pretty much. Environmental mutagens do not bring information from the environment into DNA. Crossed out. Doesn't happen. Not true. Environmental mutagens do not bring any information from the environment into the DNA. In our next video, we will see how respectable people state and teach that the environment sends information to DNA. Quite simple video this time. We just wanted to be precise in our answers and say, does the environment change DNA? Yes, in one sense of the terms, which we have adequately explained in this video. And we will go in another video and explain the inverse, how the environment, some people state and teach that the environment changes the DNA as if it was sending information to DNA, and we will show that that is not true. And we have a web page called www.the Problem, where you can write us, email us if you want, at the DNA Problem@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.